Chapter 12. The White Elephant. Scene 1. The Raja's garden with Shankar and Lakshmi's cottage in one corner. Shankar is working in the Raja's garden. Lakshmi is inside. Shankar is the Raja's chief gardener. He lives in a cottage in the corner of the garden with his wife Lakshmi. He works from dawn to dusk, looking after flower beds, lawns and trees. He waters the flowers, weeds the beds, digs, rakes, sweeps the leaves and trims the hedges. Walking to the cottage and speaking to Lakshmi. "What a day! I'm so tired." He gets into bed. Daylight changes to moonlight. "Why can't I sleep?" He tosses and turns. Airavata arrives in the garden and begins plucking and nibbling the grass. "Oh, it's midnight and I haven't had a wink of sleep." Sitting up and looking out the window. "A huge white elephant? I've never seen a white elephant before." Shankar remembered stories his mother she told about the gods who dwelt in heaven. Indra, their king, rode Airavata, a beautiful white elephant. "This must be Airavata. If I hold on to his tail, he will take me back with him, and I will see the wonders of heaven." He tiptoes out and hides behind a tree near Airavata. Airavata eats the tender leaves of saplings. He eats the half-ripened fruit of the mango trees. Shankar waits and doesn't protest, for he wants to go to heaven. Dawn is breaking. Trumpeting. "Woohoo hoo! Woohoo hoo!" It's time for Airavata to leave. He runs and grasps Airavata's tail. Scene 2. The Garden of Heaven. Airavata. He flew high above the clouds. Shankar looked down. The Raja's garden is just a speck far away. And now we have landed. He lets go of Airavata's tail. This must be paradise. He walks around. Oh, what a beautiful garden! Shankar spent the day touching the leaves, looking at the flowers and tasting the delicious fruit. What enormous trees, 10 times larger than those on earth. The flowers are 10 times as pretty. The fruit is 10 times as tasty. The sun sets. Oh, Lakshmi, you will be worrying about me. Stopping and thinking. I'll take her something, a present from heaven. This areca nut is as large as a coconut. This betel leaf is as big as a banana leaf. Trumpeting. Woohoo! Shankar ran and grasped Airavata's tail. Scene 3. The cottage and the village street. In a few minutes, Shankar was back in the Raja's garden. He rushed home to his wife. Angrily. "Where have you been all this time?" "Don't be angry. See what I have brought you." He gives her the areca nut and the betel leaf. Shankar and Lakshmi loved chewing areca nuts and betel leaves. "Where did you get such giant-sized things?" "From heaven, of course. Listen, I'll tell you what happened." Shankar told her the whole story. At first, she didn't believe him, but eventually the nut and the leaf convinced her. "You must keep this a secret. Be careful not to." "I promise I won't tell." But Lakshmi liked to talk, and she found it difficult to keep her word. And when Shankar made another trip to heaven and returned with an enormous mango, "This is the most delicious mango I have ever tasted in my life." It was harder still for Lakshmi to keep the secret. From his third visit to heaven, Shankar brought back a giant flower, whose fragrance filled the cottage. Shankar goes out and works in the garden. Soon after, Lakshmi's friend came visiting. Sniffing. "What wonderful perfume you are using! Where did you get it?" "That's not perfume. It's the fragrance of my giant flower." Where did you get it? Shankar gave it to me. Where did he get it? After a pause. Can you keep? Of course I can. So Lakshmi told her friend the whole story. Now promise you won't tell anyone. I promise. But Lakshmi's friend was a gossip. She hurried away and told her closest friend. Promise not to tell anyone. I promise. And so it continued until all the women in the town knew. Then they told their husbands. Before long, the whole town knew Shankars' secret. One morning, everyone flocked to the cottage. Shankar, take us on your next trip to heaven. Angrily to Lakshmi. What a fool you are! To the villagers. All right, come to the royal garden tonight. Scene 4. The Raja's garden at night and the garden of heaven. That night there was a strange scene. Everyone gathered in the royal garden and hid behind a tree. The trees swayed in the wind, but the people were as still as statues. Airavata arrives and starts eating. Even when Airavata appeared, no one made a sound. They all stood as still as statues until dawn. The dawn breaks. Trumpeting. Woo-hoo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Shankar beckoned. He rushed and grabbed. Lakshmi held on to her husband's feet. Her friend held Lakshmi's feet. The friend's husband held his wife's feet. Another man held his feet. That man's wife held her husband's feet, and so on and on. Airavata rose into the air with a long chain of men and women trailing after him, the curious woman being the last. Each one clung to the one above. During the journey, the last woman was dying of curiosity. To her husband, Lakshmi told us that the heavenly fruit and flowers are very, very big. Ask your friend above to find out how big. So the husband asked. The man asked his wife, who asked the woman above her. The woman asked her husband, who asked the man above him, and so on, passing the message to the next person. How big are the fruits and flowers in the heaven? The message reaches Shankar. To Lakshmi, you'll see for yourself when we reach heaven. To her friend, you'll see for yourself when we reach heaven. To her husband, you'll see for yourself when we reach heaven. And so Shankar's reply moved along the chain to the curious woman at the end. But she wasn't satisfied. She repeated the question. To her husband, how big are the fruits and flowers in heaven? I must know now. So the question was repeated once more all along the chain until it came to Lakshmi, imploring, Please, Shankar, you must tell her immediately how large are the fruits and flowers in heaven. Angrily, each fruit is 10 times as big as a fruit on earth. The areca nut was this big. He let go of the elephant's tail to demonstrate with his hands, and all people tumbling down from elephant, the whole chain of people, from Lakshmi down to the curious woman, came tumbling